Alright, so we're gonna look at the chapter art, which we see Bellamy drawing plans for a new flag, which he actually learned to make pirate flags instead of becoming a pirate. Now, I think that's actually good, since, well, in the last chapter he retired and refused to join the Straw Hats Grand Fleet. So I hope that Bellamy has his passion and his new purpose in life is going to play his role into this series. But I hope we're going to get more of that very soon because let's go to the chapter at hand right now. Which Osuru is actually taking care of people who actually keep on drinking the river water, which is actually bad for them. So she actually gave them some grass so they can feel better. But meanwhile, in the Bakura town, or deep in Bakura town, in the Paradise Farm, we actually see the amount of food that actually is given to someone who actually has someone to eat that food. And we actually saw the appearance of the member of the Beast Pirates, the headliner Speed, who actually the horse smile user. And by horse, we actually thought it would be a centaur, but it does look like a centaur appearance, but there's still a little bit of a funny moment when I'm not going to say it, but when she actually does some funny moments in that scene, we actually knew how funny it would have been. But meanwhile, they actually heard about the fire bell, in which people struggle to put the fire out, in which we actually knew that Holdem is actually in trouble. So Speed has to gather her men and go over to Holdem, who actually has Tama on the lion's belly, which the lion's name is actually Kamijuru, which which is actually the belly, in which they actually have Tama inside of Kamijuru, which Zoro, Kiku, and Luffy are trying to get Otama out of that belly, in which Holdem is actually trying to get them to lure out Suten Maro, and he's actually the leader of their gang, which is the gang of thieves, in which Kiku actually heard that name before, but I never actually heard that name before because we never know who Sultan Maru. But if he actually that dangerous, I'm pretty sure we can actually knew who he was. In which Holdem actually bring out a familiar name that which Wano actually fear of, which the member of Kaido's trusted warriors, which Jack is actually what he mentioned. The same one who actually destroys the village of Seoul, who actually might have caused trouble on Wano. So we can actually see how all of this connected. But we actually, which they actually knew that Kaido has brought Jack to Seoul, but Jack is actually in the water, and he was going to go back to Kaido, but he actually go to Seoul to take care of business, in which that caused him to go underwater, which shouldn't have done that in the first place. But they actually gotta figure a way to rescue Tama from Kamijiro, in which we can actually see Steve and her men come to the aid of Holdem, which Luffy and Zoro need to figure a way to rescue her, so they won't actually gonna cause any trouble. Meanwhile, at the gates, Hawkins is actually going over to Holdem, in which they actually go into his aid. Meanwhile, he actually saw Law, who actually is wearing a straw mask, is what the samurai has been. Samurai is wearing to protect their identities. And so we actually see Luffy and Zoro in action as they, well, doing their speed, they actually pull, well, Luffy pull Tama out of Kamijiro's mouth as Zoro had actually slashed through, in which we actually see Holdem use Kamijiro to let out his lion fire, which that attack actually like like a dragon's fire, but way cooler, in which Luffy has actually knocked out Holdem with a single Red Hawk punch, and so with that, Luffy is actually beaten Holdem. So we actually gonna see how much more that Luffy's going to deal with once he's reconnected with the rest of the Straw Hats and trying to find Kaido's part of the poneglyph. Alright, so we actually got a new character for the Beast Pirate, Speed, and she's the Smile user, which is Horse. And she actually does everything that a horse can, which is speed, strength, and give her the appearance of a centaur. And I also had to accept the fact that there are more characters coming when the Beast Pirates are actually involved. I actually love Speed because she actually show how a horse can actually use speed powers to get there quick, and so that she uses her abilities to get to Holdem very fast. So yeah, I actually taken a liking to Speed. So I hope we can see more chapters soon enough. So yeah, anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Emmy Guy here saying sign out. Laters.